we studied the concepts of the different visualizations, right? We went through a Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Plotly. So we are going to demonstrate how the visualization can be implemented, right, using these libraries. So what I have done, uh, the first part, I mean, we can assume that we have got 1 hour with us, right? At least the first 30 minutes, I will help you to walk through one of the code files, which will help you understand how these different libraries are being used, right? We will plot certain graphs. We will try to do some comparison, right? And this is the way we will learn, right? In the second part of the conversation, I have created a data file which is being kept in Excel, right? Which is about sales analytics. Right? Even the examples that we are going to discuss in the first part, it is about sales analytics only. So we'll talk about what do we have in that Excel file, right? And how we can create different charts and visualization taking that data. So it will be both understanding the concepts, implementing them, and also utilizing them using data which will be much more relevant. Right? So this is how the overall session has been divided. I hope you are okay with me. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a second, please. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, all right. Okay, so if you look at this, this is a Jupyter notebook, right? I hope you have a familiarity with this notebook by now, right? So what we are going to do, we are importing in the first block, we are importing the different libraries which are required. So we have already gone through what NumPy and pandas bring onto the table. And in the last conversation, we spoke about Matplotlib and Seaborn, right? And during this, while we are working through this, there are some examples where Plotly is also being implemented. So the first chart or the first part that we see in this particular cell is that we are preparing a data, right? It's a dummy data that we are preparing. Once the data is prepared, then we'll go and see that how the charts, different visualization can be created, right? So let's go line by line. Maybe in the initial blocks, we'll go line by line, and then because it becomes self-explanatory from there on. So here we have got a random function. I'm sure that you would have studied about the random function. Yeah, somebody joining. Yeah. So now here, what we are trying to do is that we are going to generate some random numbers, right? And lot many times in while we are working on solving different data science related problems, you have to generate data, right? Because there are a lot many times that there is insufficient data, right? So you have to fabricate data and then pass it to the machine learning models. So what we are doing here is that we are generating some random data, and what we are trying to do here is that we are fixing this. This is an interesting thing. When we say this seed one, that means that every time you are going to run this program, right, similar random numbers, same random numbers will get generated. So what does that mean? Python is going to decide, okay, between say 0 to 100, what are the numbers it is going to generate. But every time you are going to run this program, if it is generating 1, 10, 15, right, it is going to use the same pattern, 1, 10, 15. Right? So when you run this, the response, the output will be pretty much the same. Right? It is going to be consistent. Otherwise, you can remove this and the numbers will be pretty much random, just in case if you want to try it out. Right. We are here, what we are trying to do is to create an array where we are using pandas, right? And creating a calendar kind of detail, right? Where we have got the months in 2024, right? The data that we are describing is 12-month data. Um, we have got two different products, product A and product B, their sales, right? And then we have got how much is being invested in terms of advertisements, right? For both the products. So this is the kind of data that we are trying to build, and in the entire this exercise, we are going to use some analytics around it. Right. So we have got here we have 12 different months. Frequency is month end. ME is representing month end, and this particular attribute here, STRF time percentage B, it actually represents January as Jan, February as Feb, and so on, right? So these are the different parameters. Now we have in a way we have defined what is there in the months. So we are creating a data frame, right? So if you can recall, the data frame is nothing but a representation of a table, right? So here we have got different columns: month, product, product B, advertisements for both the products, right? And here what we are doing for product A, sales, we are using the random numbers, right, which are between 100 to 200, and the size, the difference between each number is going to be it will vary by a difference of 12. I mean, these are the parameters, right? And you can always play around with this. So this is for the product A and product B. And product B, if you can see that it starts from 120 and it actually goes to 220. I mean, in a way, we are creating a difference between product A and product B. Product B has got more sales as compared to product A. Then we have got budget for A, which is again starts from 20 to 40, right? Again, the size varies by a factor of 12. Then we have got budget for B and product B, and again the same thing is happening. And if you see that even the budget for product B is slightly higher than the budget of product A, right? So this is how the frame is created, and then we are adding some calculated fields. So the two calculated fields that we are bringing in is total sales, which is a combination of product A sales, product B sales, right? And then the average ad budget, because we are going to do some kind of correlation between them. Right? So average ad budget is the budget for A and budget for B divided by 2, right? And then our data frame is ready. So if when we execute this, this is the output. Uh, I can execute this as well, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is the output. Uh, we have got months, right? We have got different sales for product A, different sales for product B, ad budget and ad budget B, total sales and average budget. So this is the total. This is the data frame that we have, right?
But we gave 12, right? I don't know. Sorry, just a second. Just a second.
Uh, yeah, sure. So we'll come back to this. Now we have got we are we are bringing in Matplotlib. Yeah, please
Sorry,
go ahead.
sorry. I was trying to ask when we gave months as 12 in the on the top, right? So I was thinking that it's going to produce all the 12 months from January to December.
When you say head, generally what it does, it actually picks up the top 5 elements,
Okay.
right? So in case if I don't do head, it will actually print the entire data frame. Yeah,
So
I can do.
I'm not sure if there's a concept called commenting out the line in Python. Can I just add a
Yeah,
hash
so
or
if you
something?
see, right? So this is more from the display purpose because you are
Yeah, yeah,
in a way
understood.
you are debugging the code and you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
running it as well, right?
Okay.
So we'll keep it like this only. So if you see that this has got the entire data set, right? Okay, now this is the first chart that we are going to create, which is a line chart. And this is the entire piece of code. It is actually providing a lot of flexibility. As we discussed, that Matplotlib can help you plot even the at the level of pixel. So that kind of control you can have in Matplotlib. So here, what we are trying to do, object of Matplotlib already has been created, and we have this. We are calling this function figure. So what it is doing, it is creating a canvas, and the canvas is of the size 10 inches wide and 5 inches tall, right? Then what we are doing here, we are creating a plot where we are bringing product A sales. Product A sales, because it's a line chart, right? We have a marker as O. It can be changed. If you want to have X, you can have X. Anything that you want to, right? So we are bringing product and we are labeling it as product A, right? So we are picking up whatever values we have in the data frame, which we have just created or developed, and bringing it into the chart, right? Then we are bringing product B sales as well, right, and marking it as S, just to make sure that there is an indicator, right? Uh, so again, that is also getting added, right? The title of the dashboard, the chart is going to be monthly sales trend, Matplotlib. You can change it as per your need, depending on the audience, the stakeholders that you have. And on the X label, we have got on the X axis, we have got month, right? Again, and the month already have been abbreviated, Jan, Feb, and so on. And on the Y side, we have got sales units, the number of units that have been sold by each of these products. And then we are also bringing grid. It is when you have a canvas which is wide open, uh, to read the numbers, it is always appreciated that we have grid in the back, right? Then we are bringing legend to demonstrate, okay, what is this, the different variables in the chart are indicating, and it actually picks up the value from these labels which have been put into the different lines, right? Then, okay. And typically what you would have seen that in case if you have got long text, right, and on the x-axis, it is possible that they may overlap between them, right? So typically what we do, we actually tilt them on a scale of, I mean, on an angle of 45 degree, right? So we are rotating this on an angle of 45 degree, and then the tight layout. This is a command to make sure that there is enough space and there is no overlap with in the data. And then we say, okay, show. So let's run this. So when we run this, yeah. So this is the overall output that we have. We have got sales on the y-axis. We have got month on the x-axis, and we can see that, okay, all the month they are appearing at an angle of 45. We have the legend here. We have the title here, the chart title. And then, of course, we have got these indicators. I mean, this is indicating that the product A, how much in the month of January the units were sold. So this is how the first chart has been created. Are we good here? Okay. So I'll pause here. I'll pass this piece of code to all of you. I request you to run in your own local systems. The good part about this particular piece of code is because we are generating the data within the piece of code, right? You should be able to execute it. It's completely independent. It is not dependent on any Excel file, which you have to position in your hard drive.
Can you
So,
add values on the chart?
sorry.
Can you add values on the chart to
Yeah. So
display
there are.
what are the
So
values
there
for
are,
each one?
Rajesh. So annotation is followed in the next example. Are you okay with that?
Oh,
We
okay,
we
okay, fine.
have,
Thank you.
yeah. And annotation also, because we are showing Matplotlib how you can actually manipulate the overall canvas. So that example will also help us demonstrate it. Rajesh, we okay with that?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, okay. So I'm sharing this in the, yeah. So we have the chat window here. So this is for the first cell. And I request you to also divide this code into multiple cells, the logical units. It is easy to control the piece of code. Yeah.
So should I have to save this as a notepad?
Okay. So you have Jupyter Notebook running in your system?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, can you present your screen just in case if it is okay
Yeah,
with you?
I can, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go in File
Mhm.
and say New, say Notebook. Yeah. So now we are ready to write the first piece of code. I think the title is already 2, so maybe you have already tried it out at your end.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So should I click on select?
No, no, no. Why did it? Can you cancel? Is it asking you to start the kernel? Is it?
Yes, it
Did it
asked me
come
that.
by default?
No.
Okay, so you must have clicked the kernel part, right?
Share my screen. So I'll go to File.
Yeah. So yeah.
Notebook.
Notebook. Yeah, I think your server is pretty much running, and I can see that it is there. There is okay. Can you say select? Okay, let's see. I think maybe it is possible that there is a new version of Anaconda that also has come, and I see that. Okay, so it has got attached. Can you pick up the first cell, uh, the first part where we are doing all the imports? It's in the chat window.
And I've copied. Yes, I've copied.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
you
yeah.
copied. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Should I paste it here?
yeah. Yes. Can you run this? Let's see. Can you go down? Uh, did we run it? Yeah, yeah. Okay,
It's
it
a
has
little bit
taken
slow,
a.
but yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, maybe it is because of the processing speed. Probably it should not have happened so. Okay, now you can pick up the Matplotlib part, the chart part. Great. Yeah, it now it is quicker. You want to play with something? Let's say change the marker uh, from 0 to say X and from S to Y maybe. And let's see the change. It failed.
Yeah.
Can you revert it back, please? It's 0. It's O. Plus, if you control Z, uh, it's possible. Can you say M and N? Maybe these are the keywords. Maybe somewhere
It's
it should not have
0
happened.
X is Y. That is working. But
Yeah, it is working. Maybe X was okay. Maybe Y and X probably it was creating some challenge. Right. It should work otherwise, right? So this is how you will manipulate any of this data. You can actually manipulate. If you
So
want to change the chart title, if you want to change the legend, right? Product A, you can say prod A. I mean, completely up to you, right?
right now, where am I calling that I need the matplotlib? This is where I'm saying that I need the this data visualization, right?
So what we are okay. So if you look at this piece of code, um, what we have done using Matplotlib, first of all, we have identified the canvas, right? And then we are adding these different plots, plt.plot, which is where the first line where we are bringing the product B sales, right? So that's a line chart that we are creating, right? And then, by the way, the line plot is a default one. But otherwise, we have to explicitly call it out that which kind of chart that we are trying to create, right? So the first line is plt.plot. This is the first line that we have created for product A, right? And we are bringing the data which is there in the data frame,
Mm.
right? Uh, Are you able to follow me?
So I understand that you're talking about this line, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
saying
this
this
is
plt.plot is the one which tells my program that I'm trying to run matplotlib and not
correct.
plotly or Seaborn.
Correct. Oh
Okay.
yeah, okay. PLT is actually an object of Matplotlib,
Okay.
Kamlesh, right?
So
So it
that's
is
exactly what I
entirely.
was asking. So where am
Yeah.
I telling the program that I need a matplotlib
Can you scroll
visualization?
up?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you scroll up? Go at the top, at the very top.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if you look at it,
Mm.
yeah. So we have created an object, and yeah, it's a good point. So we have got PLT as Matplotlib. I mean, all
Okay.
throughout the program, we will be using PLT. And
Mm.
for Seaborn, we have got SNS,
Okay.
and Plotly has been defined with different keywords, right?
Okay.
Okay. So we are good
Understood.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Anybody else? Are you able to execute this, Shivani, Rajesh? Uh,
Sir, I did, but since I'm running it, I'm unable to run it on Anaconda, and I'm running it on local interpreters.
are you
The
able to do
best
that?
thing, yeah, I was able to do that, but the best outcome that I received was just enter the numbers and the sum out of them. The entire outcome that we are expecting is not coming up.
No, that's okay. Can you show your screen, Shivani?
I won't be able to, sir. I'm doing it on my phone because it's
Okay, okay,
impossible
okay,
to do it.
okay. No worries, no worries. Anyways, you will have this recording, so you can replay this.
Yes, sir. I'll have to do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we see that okay, Kamlesh is also playing with the data.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Right,
So should I
right,
stop
right.
sharing?
No. Please go ahead and do that. It's important we do it so that we all get to know that okay, how difficult or how easy this is.
So I'm just trying. Can I try? So will I be able to run a Seaborn visualization with this data frame?
We have some examples, right? And that's where you can implement the charts using Seaborn as well,
Mhm.
Kamlesh. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think this is good. I mean, I'll play around.
Yeah.
Maybe someone
So
else
the
has to.
yes. So the scope of the first exercise here was to make sure that we are able to run at least the basic of Matplotlib. Right? So I think that objective has
Will I
been
be able to
achieved.
save this? I mean, just in case if I have to come
Yeah, this
back.
is getting saved. This
No,
is getting saved. Right.
no, the one
There
that
is
I'm doing, is it
yeah.
getting saved?
If you can go back, yeah, you can say save. Otherwise, there is the auto save feature as well available, right? Just like Word. So it will retain
No,
it.
it's not telling me where I'm saving.
Oh, where are you saving? Go in file and say save as, save notebook as. So in case, uh, so this is at this point in time, it is going to save in the default folder, data visualization, right? Perfect. You can save this, right?
So my system's slightly slow than yours, but yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. So shall we
Uh,
move on?
yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll take the screen back. Yeah. Okay. So the first example is an and Rajesh, were you able to do it as well?
I'm still doing a little. Um,
Okay. Okay. Uh, you want some help on this?
no, that should be fine. That should be fine.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. Let's move on. Uh, we have the next example wherein we are plotting two different uh, charts, right? It's a subplot. And what we are trying to do here is that we have got advertisement for the product A and the advertisement for the product B, and we have got histograms here, right? Right, bar charts. And in a way, it is the way it is being interpreted that we have got array of charts, right? So, and this is what we are trying to do in this code as well. So in the first line, what we are trying to do is to create a figure. I mean the canvas where we have got two different plots. One where is sales of product A and sales of ad of product A and say ad of product B is being represented, and they are sharing the same x axis. So this is what we are trying to call out here, that there are two different plots, right? Then we have got figure size of 10 into x 6. That means that 10 inches wide and 6 inches long. Share x, the x axis is being shared. Then on the x, so since it's an array, uh, we have got the first array we are defining is that, okay, let's take the data from the data frame for the budget, right? For each month. Month is already defined, right? And label it as add budget A. And thus the color, since it's a histogram, right, or a bar chart, the bars will look like a sky blue. And then we are setting up the label for this chart, and then we are also adding a legend. Similarly, we are doing it for the budget B2, the same commands, right? And then finally we are printing it. But before we do this, we have this title. So subtitles means super title, right? Because it will be at the top. So that's how it is. It's being called out, right? Again, we are rotating the labels by the degree of 45 degree, right? And then we are tightly out and show, right, finally. And when we run this, we have these two. Sorry, yeah, these two right in front of us, right? I'll quickly go to the next one as well, because Rajesh also picked it out. Uh, so now what Rajesh wanted was to have the numbers at the top, right? And since it's a Matplotlib, you have to do everything from scratch to the representation, right? What we are going to do here is to understand that how you can put numbers on top of a bar. So if you look at it, what we are trying to do, we are creating a plot for total sales, right? Again, the same thing we are using that. Okay, we have got a canvas of 10 into 4 size. We are picking up the month, we are picking up the sales, right? And the color of this the bar will be purple. And then the title is going to be total monthly sales with annotations, right? Then we have got units as well, right? And then see, if you look at it, this is difficult as well, and this also gives you a lot of flexibility. What we are trying to do in this for loop, we are measuring the length of each of the bar, trying to understand what will be the height of each bar, right? Then giving some space and putting a label on top of it, right? And this is what is being done in this particular for loop. Here we are picking up the height, right? And once we have identified the height, we are calculating at what position we should keep this label, right? Again, the same thing, 45 degree tight layout and show, right? So when we run this, we have, yes. So we have got these labels right on top of the every bar. But look at it, how actually it has been beautifully positioned. You can make mistakes. If you play with this for loop, you there is a possibility that maybe the label can go here and there, and maybe depending on the stakeholders that you have, you may say that okay, I need some more distance because it's not so usable. I need some distance, so maybe you can play with this number that we have, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm again going to share this piece of code, right? Let's run it on your system. So we did up till now. Let's create a subplot first. So then the annotated bar plot. Okay. So yeah, the code is with you now. I request you to go ahead and execute it.
It's throwing me an error.
Okay, can you bring
Check.
up your screen, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
This field is not defined.
Is it? Uh, oh, maybe I actually missed out. Uh, PLD. Can you run the code from the top? Generally, it retains maybe. Okay, so what it is expecting, and I see a different version which is
No, it's
there on.
actually
No, it is
it's
working,
working.
right?
No, maybe I
So
think it's not taking a checkpoint after I've completed
yeah,
the first
yeah,
program.
yeah. So up till now, the way I have seen the way Jupyter Notebook work, if you have created any kind of variable, right, it will be available in the piece of code that you have written, right, and you can access all those variables which have been defined earlier. But in this case, I think it was not able to pick it up. We'll see how is the behavior. Maybe in the next piece of code, you can try it out. Yeah. So you just change the color to blue and it is appearing appropriately. So, and you can do this for the different columns as well, right? What we are trying to do here is almost playing with the static data. But in case if you want to play with the data which you have generated or which is coming from the database, in case if you do not want add budget A, you want total say something of that sort, that also just you have
So
to make sure that,
can
yeah,
I just
please.
ask a quick question? So right, I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
for example, I just said sky blue from sky blue to emeritus blue, but I'm not sure if I can integrate or does Python have uh, when I start typing, will it suggest me what all the options that I have? Um,
I
it-
think so.
I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying, but if I go to
Yeah,
GitLab though, I mean, it will keep
correct.
telling me.
Correct. So that's the feature which we call as IntelliSense, right? Based on what you are writing, right? The code will prompt you to do it.
Yeah.
And this is where I would like to check with Trisha. Trisha, we have this feature available in VS Code, right?
Usually, if we enable Copilot or other things, then it is available that the potential options are visible. With Python, it is not usually the case. Like if you are working with web tech or something like that for HTML, CSS, we do get the options, but usually we do not get so with Python.
Okay, so I cannot integrate any AI to tell me, say for example, I mean, I have copied the data, right? I mean, if I have to add something more, will it not keep
No, no, with
recommending me?
Copilot, etc., you will get the options. But if you are saying that automatically with as we have with HTML or CSS that we in VS Code automatically we get the options, right?
Mhm.
So that will not happen. But if you are integrating Copilot or some other AI, then it will obviously give you the next sentences.
Okay,
Uh,
understood.
Yeah. So in a way, we are also calling it out that, and maybe in the subsequent weeks, we'll talk about it, how
Yeah,
you can develop a piece of code using an agent,
yeah,
right? Copilot is one of the agent, Cursor is another agent, Replit is another one, right? We can use them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And when you are using these different agents, um, I have not seen any exception on that, but you can always ask, what is the technology stack that you are going to use? Up till now, I have not seen that, okay, the agent is not following. If you are asking that, okay, you have to write the piece of code in Python or some other language, it will always do that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
We
keep
can
playing around.
probably,
I mean, if others want
yeah.
to take take-
Okay. Yeah. But in the meantime, you can run the
yeah.
other charts as well.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I just checked that there are some extensions which are available, right? We can try it out. I can just paste this in the window, but I do not suggest that we do it now. But what is being said is that if you have these extensions available, then it will provide you the ability to do I mean, in a way, a code complete kind of thing. So this is what you can do in your Anaconda prompt, right? But let's do it later.
So
Another thing
I
that
mean,
I
I have
want,
to
sorry.
do that on the command line interface that I get when I run the Jupyter, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
So I also, in the previous conversation, I also spoke about that any package which is missing in your system, you have to use pip install, right?
Yeah.
So here, Jupyter, some extension, contrib extensions, right? That is something which you need to install on your system.
Oh,
Okay, let me go back to my screen. Okay, so we have done this, and okay. So here, now we are bringing Seaborn, right? And what we are trying to do here, and let me show you this as well. We are trying to create uh, a scatter plot, right, typically used by data scientists, right? And if you look at this particular line, in a way, there are two different variables: product A sales and product and the advertisement budget for the product A. And I mean, it is very intuitively you can call it out that there should be some correlation, because the more you spend on the budget on the marketing, the more budget you have, likelihood that there will be more sales. So this is a scatter, and you can see different numbers which are being plotted here, and then there is a possible line which passes them. Right. So in a way, it is kind of showing the kind of relationship that we have got between product A sales and budget A. When we go into the Excel example, I mean the data that we have created, there you will see a better correlation. Right? It is pretty much scattered because we generated the data using the random one, right? But how do we do this? I mean, how do we represent this? So here we have got, and it's being used. We are using Seaborn SNS. This is defined at the top, right? There were two different libraries that we incorporated. We created a project, a variable of object of Matplotlib, PLT, and SNS for Seaborn, right? So if you can recall that. So we are creating a regression plot, and you see that it is very explicitly called out. It's a regression plot that is being used, and we are bringing in on different axes. We are defining budget versus total sales, X and Y, right? The data is coming from the DF, which is the data frame, right? And the color is green. You can use different colors as well, right? Again, we have got a title, and then once the regression is being done, we are bringing in the line that passes through, right? And so this is the code for that. So let me just share this with you. I quickly want this to also be executed. Hmm. So anybody, maybe Kamlesh, if you can go ahead and execute this. That
Yeah,
was pretty quick.
yeah.
So we have the plots available. Uh, let's shall we move on? Okay, let me share my screen again. Yeah, okay. Let me move ahead. Now this is the interesting plot that we have. Uh, so we have got, and incidentally Mayank is missing, but I'm sure Mayank you're going to see this recording. So what we are trying to do here is we are plotting a box plot, and we have been talking about it, how important it is for the data visualization when it comes to identifying outliers, right? So let's quickly run this. So I was experimenting it, a few things here and there. So you see that, uh, okay, so there are two different, uh, yeah, let me show you this. This is much more relevant as compared to that. So here I have purposely, because I wanted to make sure that you understand what is the meaning of box plot, right? So I have created a data, right? If you see this 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, and 20 and 40, right? So this is the data set that we have. Now, because the data is very limited, you can easily see which data is probably the outlier. Can you comment on it? Anybody?
40.
40. Shivani, do you agree with Kamlesh?
Oh, yeah, sir. I'm just feeling really behind right now. Very embarrassed.
No, no, that's okay. So what we are trying to say call out here is, if you look at this data, right? The
Mm-hmm.
data is pretty much condensed, 10, 12, 13, 15. So there is I mean, it's pretty much in a range, right? But after 22, it shoots up, it goes to 40, right? So it is, yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, no. I was just trying to understand, yeah, because it did not make sense to me post. There is no mathematical, well, logic. There is a logical fallacy.
Yeah, yeah. So what actually happens when you are dealing with the data? I mean, such kind of data will be given to you.
Yeah.
When you are analyzing, you will be able to, if the data set is small, right, you will be able to understand, okay, this is an outlier. However, in the computation world, you will be dealing with thousand, millions, right, lakhs of rows, right? So it is very difficult to go through each and every line and understand, okay, where there is a challenge. So using a box plot, this is how we have created a box plot. Now, this is an important one. Uh, it is showing it has got a peculiar structure to it, right? So what it is showing, that this is the box, right? And these are the whiskers. These are, I mean, technically they are called as whiskers. So in a way, between 10, 20 to say maybe 12 something, the data is pretty much condensed, right? And then there are whiskers, and then we have outliers. So if you look at this, see this particular line is actually representing the median. Right? And we'll have a separate conversation about it as well. But I'm just letting you know that, okay, this is the advantage of using box plot. So this is a median, right? And there are these are this particular plot has been divided into different quartiles. So there are 4 quartiles, right? And this is the minimum range and maximum range. The data can vary. The moment it actually overshoots and it goes below the minimum range, it is considered as outlier. Right, so 40 is
Is it
appearing here.
also standard deviation?
Yeah, yeah, it is. The deviation is beyond a point.
I think that
So
term
in case,
probably
yeah,
is easy to
yeah,
understand.
correct. So in case if we make it 23, let's see if we have any outlier. I don't think that we will have outlier. So see, everything is appearing in the box. So there are no outliers, right? And in case if we say this as maybe the first value as 1, let's see what will be the output. Yeah. So even 1 actually has been considered as a outlier.
But also go to the negative.
Oh yeah, you can have negative as well. We can actually write this way as well, minus 20, maybe minus 30, just to make it more a bit more complicated, but maybe it will get confused. Yeah. So what it has actually done, uh, because we have got 2 negative points now, right? One which was initially outlier, right? Now it is actually within the range, right? So that's the impact it has caused. Now, if we also bring in, instead of 23, we say 40. Let's see what will be the output. Forty is considered within the plot, right? Now we will solve this mathematically. It's not that I mean, it's not so random. The way we are actually trying to implement, it's pretty much scientific. There are formulas that will define what will be the median, which we already know. Then how the data is divided into different quartiles. I, I think intuitively you can think about it. Minimum range and maximum range. It's a combination. It's a mathematical formula driven. So we will talk about it once we get into the data science concepts. So I hope we are good here.
Can you pass this code also, please?
Oh yeah, I'll do that. So let's try this as well. Maybe I'll wait for you to confirm. Let's try this out. Then we'll move on.
Works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be sequential when we give the data.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
was
can be
thinking that I'll
anything. Yeah.
use minus here.
No, it will actually do the calculation. Oh, it is just when I was writing this, it was a natural progression for me.
So what is this signifying? The 6 comma.
6 comma 4 is signifying that what will be the size of the canvas where you are going to plot the chart.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it
The
is
length and
6 by
breadth. Yes.
4.
Yeah. Yeah. You said that. Yes.
Yeah.
Can I just play around? And what would happen if I don't give this? I mean, is it a mandatory field to give the?
Uh, well, I'm not very sure. Maybe it will pick up the default one. I have not tried it out. But yes, you can maybe comment it. Let's see.
Commented. I think it's taken.
Should
I
be
think this.
some default value.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've done. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mm, okay. I'll take back the screen. I think we are comfortable here. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Then we have the heat map. Uh, so here, what we are trying to do here, heat map will show you the connection between different variables in the data set that you are considering, right? The first thing which is important for you to know that heat map works only for the numbers. It doesn't work for any other data type. I mean, it of course it covers floating data as well, integer whole numbers and the decimals, right? So what we are doing here, again, we are defining what will be the plot size. Then we are making sure that, okay, we are including only the numbers here, right? And then we are bringing the heat map, and we are also using the correlation function to make sure that the correlation coefficient is being measured out here. We have the annotation equal to true. We have got this is a color scheme that we are using, right? And a 0.2f here means that up to what extent of decimals you are considering, right? We are putting the correlation matrix as a title and then displaying it. So if you look at it, right? Now, how do we interpret this? And interesting, we have actually not done the 45-degree tilt. You can do that in your code. But if you look at this, uh, 1, and it actually that in the correlation, it actually varies from -1 to 1. -1 means there is a strong correlation. 1 means there is a strong correlation. 1 is positive correlation, a strong one, almost absolute, right? And -1 means negative correlation, but a very positive and absolute correlation. Uh, and when you look at into these areas, -2, -4, something of that sort, in a way, you can actually kind of say that, okay, maybe there is no correlation that is existing between them. The correlation exists when the number is actually the correlation coefficient is reaching towards either 1 or towards -1. 0.8, for an example, you can say that, okay, there is a correlation between the variables. So when you are interpreting this heat map, right, what it is showing that if it is 0.4, it is deep blue, right? And if it is towards 1, it is kind of a red one, right? So maybe product A sales, and Yeah. So 0.81 is a pretty solid one, right? And the color is also indicating it. So product A sales and total sales, there is a correlation between them. Right. The same thing can be said for ad budget B, 0.73. So ad budget B and average ad budget, there is some correlation, right? And the same thing can be said for total sales and product A sales, right? Maybe the same thing can be said for average ad budget for average ad budget and ad budget for budget for product B, right? So this is how it has to be interpreted. And wherever you see that, okay, maybe the lighter version of blue, right? 0.1. So there is no correlation between ad budget B and product A sales. We are not finding that. Right? So this is an easy way to discard some of the correlation that exists. Maybe you are interpreting. Are we good here? Right. So I am going to now continue with this portion, right? I think we have seen some of the examples. So uh, I'll quickly walk you through so that we can actually go on to the Excel as well. Here, what we are trying to do is to create a mini dashboard. Whatever we have learned so far, we are going to bring everything into a single piece, right? So we have got a monthly sales trend, and if you look at it, we are creating a subplot of 2 into 2. So there will be 4 different plots that we can create, and that's what we have done. So we have monthly sales trend. We have got total sales bar as well, right? I mean, how the total sales look like. We have got a scatter plot. We also have a correlation heat map. We are creating a dashboard, right? A single placeholder for all the data visualization. Right? So this is the sales dashboard that has been created. Now, if you look at it, maybe similar kind of dashboards exist in your organization as well. Right? Different stakeholders, different data points they have to measure. I hope we are okay here. Right. Anyways, I will be giving you this piece of code so you can play around. Uh, let's move on quickly to Plotly. And what we are trying to do here, we are trying to create a interactive line plot, right? And this is how we have created we are using plotly.express, right? And we are creating a line which is kind with using which you can actually interact with the chart, right? Most of the things remain as is, so I'm not going into the details now. Uh, so if you look at this, right, this particular trend chart, right? If you want to zoom in, so this is how it is looking like, right? Now you want, sometimes I face difficulties in managing this, so but I'll still try. Maybe you are interested more in the um, uh, February to June something, right? So when you zoom this is how the data will look like. Up till now, the data that we had, it was pretty much static. You cannot play around with the visuals, but sometimes the audience, they would like to do their own drilling into the data. Right? So this is how they can do it. It is more about a line chart used in Plotly. This is a bar chart that has been created. Again, let's see how uh, we can actually zoom in, zoom out, right, into some of the things. And let's maybe we are interested more in these 3 months, March, April, May, right? So this is how you can zoom in, zoom out. This is very basic. Now let's talk about the bubble chart, right? And a lot of times you would have seen that, okay, the bubble chart, it looks pretty uh, it's very user it is very attractive when it comes onto the dashboard, right? So if you see that we have got different numbers highlighted as different bubbles, right? And you can see that, okay, different bubbles, how they have been, there is a legend. So January is this one probably, or maybe this one. Yeah, this one, right? And if you click on Jan, right, ideally, actually uh, it has removed it. So you can play around with this as well. So in case if you only want to see the data for say AMJ, maybe, so this is how you will see the data for AMJ. I mean, you can just play around with this. There are a few more months, right? And another important thing is that the bigger the bubble, the that means that it is carrying more weightage. So the number is bigger that they are holding, right? So this is the bubble chart. And again, if you look at how it has been created, the same syntax, right? All you're doing is that you're calling different functions, different options which are available. So here there is a bubble chart using scatter that has been created, right? And prior to that, we had got this bar chart. Prior to that, we had this line chart, right? On the line. So it is pretty much easy to use. It's just that the basics that we have discussed for Matplot and also Seaborn, the same things apply here as well. A bit some additional functions are available, so you can play around with them. Right. Then we have got heat map. This is the heat map. And what we are trying to do here is that we are again using the uh, the different charts which are available in Plotly. Right. Now, if you look at this particular heat map, this is pretty much interactive. So in case if you want to, maybe you want to see some details here, so it actually can zoom in, zoom out. Now, this is a piece of code where I have brought in multiple dashboards together, right? This is something which can be solid for you. Uh, how do you, I mean, how do you take it to the stakeholders? Completely up to you, right? And what is the comfort level the stakeholders would have, right? Somebody who's consuming the dashboard that you're creating. I mean, consider the stakeholders from that perspective. So this is ad budget versus discount sales. So you can see that, okay, it's an area chart which has been created, and you can see that, okay, you can always uh, zoom in, zoom out, and you can always play around with the data. Then we have what uh, the scatter one, right? This is much more easy to visualize. I think when you have my understanding is that I have not used Plotly for practical purposes. I mean, to represent the data in the corporates. Largely, I have used Power BI, right? But I see a lot of possibilities using these such kind of charts. Again, the audience should be smart enough to understand and play around. But look at it from this perspective that in case if you are putting into your web pages, where the audience can be from any part of the world, for them I would like such kind of visuals. Maybe starting from the basics and then moving into the advanced. Uh, any question?
So how will I extract this sheet? I mean, will I be able to extract this graph and then use it elsewhere and still play around the data? So I
Uh,
mean, for example, you were able to zoom out particular data, right? And then that showed me what's, I mean, you said April to May. If you were able to select April to May or April to June, you were able to play around those data. Now, if I have to extract this graph and say put it on my PPT or somewhere, will I still be able to play around the data?
I I'm not very sure if it comes to PowerPoint. If it comes to web pages, this is what the purpose of this
Mm.
program is, right? It will get embedded into
Right.
web pages.
Mm.
However, uh, the thing that I would like to explore is that does PowerPoint provides any kind of Python extensions?
Mm.
Sometimes they do. I mean, Microsoft is very intuitive. Some of these features, it's possible that they have something where you can run the code on the fly, but I'm not very sure, Kamlesh.
Yeah, I'll also try and see if I can play around
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That's an advanced problem that you have brought in. But yes, I think we will also
No, I
try
was
it
just
out at
thinking
our
from a
end.
practical purpose, right? I mean, if I
Yeah,
have to get some sort of data, and I most of the time my stakeholders would not be too technical or would not have a Python thing installed
yeah,
in their machine.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I mean, I'm not sure PowerPoint will be the choice of distribution, But yes, web pages can be the
It's
choice of
possible.
distribution, or maybe the corporate tools. You can always integrate these charts into your corporate tools. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we wanted to cover in the first part. Now let me quickly take you to the Excel that I had created. Right. And I'll just quickly walk you through that how you can play with this. I will explain the code uh, in a very summarized manner, right? And I will give you all these details so that you can play around. Right? So what we are trying to do here is that this is the sales data, right? And now this data is much more meaningful as compared to the one that we actually picked up, because it was more of using random numbers, right? So we have got Jan to December, right? And again, we are considering 24 year 2024, right? We have got product A sales, product B sales, right? So you can see that, I mean, this is the analyst will do, data analyst will do. They will know that, okay, product A sales, the numbers are slightly less than product B. So maybe product B is much more important for this organization, slightly at least, right? And when we look at the budgets, again, the budget of product A and the budget of product B, there is a variance, right? Budget B is slightly higher than budget A. So in a way, in your head, you will be thinking that maybe the budget, why the since the budget for product B is higher, the sales is also higher. And that's what we are going to depict in the charts as well. This is the total sales combination of product A and product B sales. Then this is the average budget, right? And then this is the sales per head. So typically the way we identify that, in case if you have spent X number of dollars, right? And you have purchased Y products, I mean, because of that, Y sales has occurred. So what will be the sales per head? So here it's a combination of these two, total sales divided by average ad budget. So what does that mean? For every dollar that you spend in the market on advertisements, you're getting 9 to 10 different units sold, right? And sometimes maybe in the large corporates, specifically in maybe in SIs and where we are not working in the retail side, right? Uh, the cost of acquisition of each customer is being measured. Typically, when you are working in SIs like Infosys, TCS, it is considered that the cost of bringing one logo is approximately 3 million. Right? So how do we figure this out, right? Because we have this data, right? How much spend we have done. Okay, so and when I'm looking into this data in Excel itself, I see that this is the charts, right? Line charts that we have, and we see that there is a strong competition between product A and product B. Product B is always slightly on the higher side, but at the same time, if you look at it, there is a lot of correlation between them. Okay, then this is, so what we are going to do, all these charts that we have developed in Excel, we are going to replicate that in the Python code as well. Then we have got monthly ad budget for both the products. So this is a histogram, a comparison chart, you may say. And then we have got total sales. Right? So these are the three different charts that we are going to bring into Python as well. Then we also have some summary statistics, right? What is the total annual sales? What is the average sales that we have? What is the maximum monthly sales that has happened, right? Minimum sales. So we see that, okay, there is kind of a correlation between the numbers between product A and product B everywhere almost. Right? Then we have got the scatter data as well. So this is more from the machine learning perspective. We'll come to you. We'll come back on this particular part once we are done with sales data representation and summary stats in the Python code. So are we good with this data? Okay. So let me quickly take you to, yeah. We have got the Excel visuals here. Uh, I'll quickly walk you through, right? So here we are bringing this Excel file is session4 data.xlx. So we are reading this, right? Putting this into data frames, right? This is the data frame that has been created, which has we have brought in from the Excel, right? Then we are also publishing some quick statistics. Then we are moving on to the first chart. Let me just run this. So these are a summary. What is the mean, standard deviation, minimum 25%? Oh, I mean, this is the different quartiles that we are defining, right? And what is the maximum value? So these things are pretty easy when it comes to Python, right? So this is the only command that we have given, right? What do we want? We are asking that, okay, please describe the data frame, right? You can do a rounding, but please describe what it contains, right? And what are different columns that we are considering here is sales, all the numbers. So what it is bringing in, I mean, it's a excellent representation of data in a single command, right? Uh, and then we are developing where are we? Yeah, we are developing a line chart. Yeah, is it? Yeah. So we have got a line chart here, and again, the same thing that we have applied so far. So product A and product B, this is something which we have developed. And if you go into the sales data here, this is this is what Excel is representing, and this is what Python is representing. I mean, the same data. Let's move on. Then we have got subplots where we are representing the, sorry, my screen is a bit flickering. Yeah. So we have got advertisement spend for budget A and budget B. For product A and product B. And if we go here, the same thing is being represented by these bar charts, right? The comparative bar charts. We have actually brought in two different charts here. Let's move on. Then we have got this total monthly sales and with annotations. Right? So you know that how annotations work. In case if you want to manipulate, you know that okay, where in what piece of code probably you have to apply. So if I take you back to Excel, we have got this one. Right, of course, you can always play with this data in Excel and have the labels in place. Of course, Excel is far easier as compared to what we have done. But at the same time, when you have huge number of huge data, then it will actually kind of fail you. Okay, so this is uh, okay. Let's move on now. Uh, uh, okay, what we are all we have done. I'm taking extra question now. Yeah. So we have got now we are taking help of Seaborn libraries, and we are trying to create this correlation and line chart. Right. So you see, this is what I wanted to show you, that this is a scatter plot, right? And now the line is actually kind of passing through these different points, scattered points. The proximity is pretty low. So in a way, you can say that there is a strong correlation, and there is a possibility that we will have a very good machine learning model around it, right? So when you are representing this data to stakeholder as a data scientist, probably this is the language probably you have to use, that you see that strong correlation existing between product A sales and the budget that you have. So in case if we want to have more sales for product A, we have to increase the budget accordingly. This is a sales trend. Uh, and then we have got this box plot, right? So apparently there seems to be no outliers, but you can play with the data and create some outliers. Then we have got a heat map. So you see that uh, it's almost the data that we are using, they have got some kind of correlation between them. What we don't see correlated is sales uh, per thousand and product A sales. No, sorry. Again, this is on high on correlation. So how to interpret this? Sorry for this. Screen is running here and there. Yeah. So we discussed that if it is reaching towards one, maybe 0.75 also, that means that it's a strong correlation and it's a positive correlation. So all these elements, they are representing that there is a very strong correlation. And if it is reaching towards -1, right, which is dark blue, right, again, we would say that, okay, there is a strong correlation, maybe a negative one, right? So I think we have hardly have pockets where there is a low correlation, maybe 0.7. I think we cannot call it as even the low one. So all these data elements are pretty strongly correlated to each other. And then we have the mini dashboard where we are bringing all these things together. Sales trend, total sales per month. Uh, and since this is a real data, it is actually making more sense. So this is the dashboard that we have. And then we can create interactive plot charts, right, where we have line. Now, when we look into this, if you zoom in, zoom out, right, you will see the trends. You can always play around with this data. Then we also have the bar charts. So in case if your business is divided in terms of quarters and you are more interested to know what actually has happened in AMJ quarter, the second quarter of the financial year, then you can always zoom in and see that, okay, what is happening in April, May, June. Again, depending on the kind of storytelling that you need to do and how the stakeholders are going to interpret this. This is a bubble chart. The bigger the chart, bigger the numbers, the bigger the values, right? So we see that total sales 279. This is a slightly lower in size, and this is slightly bigger in size, and total sales is 416 versus 279. Right? Uh, when you are dealing with a lot of data, I think this makes bubble charts make a lot of sense. Then we have the heat map. Right? So you see that, okay, it's pretty much positively correlated in this as well, right? And then we have got the final dashboard. We are bringing everything together. So this is the data. You can play around, and again, it is indicating what it means in the legend. We have got bubble chart, scatter, and everything put together, right? So this is how this entire conversation will transpire. So what I'm going to do, you have any question? Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you these two files. Uh, One anyways you have partially executed, but I will give you the entire piece of code for both the scripts, right? And I will also give you the Excel file. The only thing that I'll advise you is that when you're putting this code into your local folder, please keep the Excel file and the Python file together in the same level.
Where would I find, I mean, how will I know where it's getting saved? Maybe I can go around. But where should I save my Excel, or how will I know where it's getting saved?
Yeah, so it actually gets saved in the root folder. And can you bring up your screen, Kamlesh? I'll show you how it is actually done.
Mhm.
So what you can do, see, can you go on to the home tab, the home tab, the first two, the first two. Go on to, there are 5 tabs that you have opened on the browser. The first two represents home,
Oh, okay, yeah.
the tab. No, no, uh,
This one.
I'm referring to the tabs. The first home and can you go on the top, further top, further up, further up. On the left hand side, we have got home.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So yeah. So if you look at this, these are the different folders that you have.
Okay.
So generally, what I do, generally I keep my things in downloads particularly, and I create folders in the downloads. But
Okay.
there is a risk because it's a download thing in your system. In case if you have not mapped with the any of the drives, Google or OneDrive, right? In case of the if you there is a problem with the system, download folders, you will not be able to retrieve them. But anyways, from practice perspective, you can always do this.
Okay, understood. Okay. And you'll send me that Excel file also, right?
Yes, yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So with this, we can conclude the session. Shivani, Rajesh, are you also okay with this?
Yes, sir, it was quite helpful, but I think I would really need a little bit of extra work on my end because I did feel behind today. So
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, please go ahead.
no, no. Yeah. So I did go through the Wednesday's class, but I will also go through it again and go through the Friday's class as well.
Yeah,
Post I've done that, I'll try, running the basic codes yet again from Anaconda directly. मतलब मैं Jupyter पे ही करूँगी because
okay.
these local interpreters are way too bad. They're not
Yeah,
able to, they're not able to run the code. So
that's
that's all my commitment is going to be for the
yeah,
next
yeah.
week.
Yeah, that's okay. And so we are here to help you out, Shivani. And we understand. And once the recording is available, if there are any doubts, you can always bring it to us, and you can bring it to me. You can bring it to Dave, and you can bring it to the other participant. You can reach out to. I strongly encourage within my sessions that you reach out to each other so that you can share your problem statements as well, what you are doing.
Perfect.
Yeah. And also Shivani, and for your understanding as well, Kamlesh, Rajesh, Aditya. In the on Monday session when we will meet, we'll start machine learning, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's a fresh topic, and it will there will be a lot of concepts. I mean, you will be looking machine learning and the data, right, from a data analyst standpoint. So you may not need to get into the Python code during those sessions,
Okay,
right?
so
So
what you're
initially,
suggesting is that I start with tomorrow's session fresh, and as soon as we're done with it, maybe in between when we'll get time, I'll get back to Python.
so you have a lot of time, Shivani, to pick it up. You have
Okay,
at least a week or so. Whatever the ground that you have lost, you can
yeah,
cover it up with ease.
that's great.
And for Monday's class, should I have to install anything like Anaconda for machine
No,
learning?
no, nothing of that
So
sort will
that
be required.
okay. And will there be a compiler to run
No,
run
no.
that?
So we are going to talk about supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and there are a lot of concepts in that,
Okay.
right? So we'll pick up
Okay.
the way we do it generally, Kamlesh. We'll pick up some of the data packets which are available, right? We'll go through the different columns, the data sets, right, in Excel only, and try to help you understand that okay, what a particular concept means. Once we are done with that, right? Maybe 2 or 3 classes down the line, then we'll get into the execution part. Right. So in a way, I'm not saying that hands-on we are not going to do, but even the data analysis itself is a hands-on. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sure. Then we can stop here. I wish you all a very happy Sunday. Enjoy
Thank
and
you.
see you on
Yes,
Monday.
bye.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks.